Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our story time. Let me ask you a question. If you travel to any country in the world, Japan, France, Brazil, or Egypt, what is one restaurant you can find everywhere? You see the bright yellow M, the golden arches. Yes, today we are talking about McDonald's. McDonald's serves 69 million people every day. That is more than the population of France. But did you know that the man who built this empire did not start it? Did you know that he didn't even sell his first hamburger until he was 52 years old? And did you know there was a war behind the scenes? Today, we are going to tell the true story of Ray Kroc and the McDonald brothers. It is a story about vision, speed, and sometimes a cold heart. Are you ready to learn the secret of the golden arches? Get comfortable, close your eyes, and let's go back to 1954. Meet our main character, Ray Kroc. In 1954, Ray Kroc was 52 years old. Was he a rich CEO? No. He was a traveling salesman. He sold milkshake mixers. These were heavy machines that could make 5 milkshakes at once. Ray drove his car all over America. He visited small drive-in restaurants to sell his machines. But business was bad. Most restaurants were dirty. The food was cold. The service was slow. Teenagers hung out in the parking lots, breaking plates and causing trouble. Ray was tired. He had tried many businesses before selling paper cups, playing the piano, but nothing made him rich. He felt like his life was passing him by. Have you ever felt like you are working hard but getting nowhere? Ray felt exactly like that. But one day, he got a strange order. A small restaurant in San Bernardino, California, ordered 8 mixers. Ray was shocked. 8 mixers? That means they can make 40 milkshakes at once. Is this a mistake? He had to see it with his own eyes. So he drove to California. And what he saw there changed his life forever. When Ray arrived at the restaurant, he was amazed. There were no waiters. There were no plates. There was no waiting. People walked up to the window, ordered a burger, and got it in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. In other restaurants, it took 30 minutes. The owners were 2 brothers, Dick and Mac McDonald. They were geniuses. They showed Ray their kitchen. It was not a kitchen, it was a factory. They drew a map on a tennis court with chalk to design the perfect kitchen. They practiced moving around like a dance. One person grilled the meat. One person put on the pickles. One person put on the mustard. They called it the speedy service system. The food was simple. Hamburgers, fries, and drinks. That's it. Because the menu was simple, the quality was high. The fries were crispy. The burgers were hot. Ray Kroc stood there and watched the long line of customers. He saw money. He saw the future. He imagined these restaurants all over America. If you saw a great idea like this, what would you do? Would you just enjoy the burger, or would you try to buy the business? Ray sat down with the McDonald brothers. He said, "Franchise this. Let's open these everywhere." But the brothers said, no. They were happy. They had big houses. They had nice cars. They didn't want the stress of a big company. They wanted a quiet life. Ray begged them, "I will do all the work. You just stay here and count your money." Finally, the brothers agreed. But they had a strict contract. Ray could not change anything, not even one pickle, without their permission. Ray worked like crazy. He opened the first franchise in Des Plaines, Illinois. He cleaned the toilets himself. He picked up trash in the parking lot. He wanted everything to be perfect. But there was a problem. He was not making money. The contract was too strict. His share of the profit was too small. He was working 18 hours a day, but he was almost broke. The McDonald brothers didn't care. They just wanted their royalty checks. Ray became angry. He felt the brothers were lazy while he was building their empire. Friendship and business are difficult to mix. Have you ever fought with a friend over money? Ray was in trouble. He needed a new strategy. Then, he met a financial genius named Harry Sonneborn. Harry looked at Ray's books and said, "Ray, you don't understand your own business." Ray asked, "What do you mean? I sell 15-cent burgers." Harry said, "No, you are not in the burger business. You are in the real estate business." This was the turning point. Harry told Ray to buy the land under the restaurants and rent it to the franchise owners. This gave Ray control. If the owners didn't follow the rules, Ray could kick them off the land. And more importantly, the land value went up and up. Suddenly, Ray became very powerful. He had more money than the McDonald brothers. Ray wanted to cut costs. He wanted to use powdered milk for milkshakes to save money on electricity. The brothers said, "No, that is not real milk." Ray was furious. He decided it was time to take over completely. In 1961, Ray asked the brothers, "How much do you want?" "I want to buy the whole company." The brothers asked for a huge amount, $2.7 million. Ray was angry, but he borrowed the money and paid them. But the story has a sad ending for the brothers. At the final meeting, the brothers asked for one last thing. They wanted to keep their original restaurant in San Bernardino. Ray shook hands and said, "Okay." But because it was not written in the paper contract, Ray did not keep his promise. He was so angry at them that he opened a new McDonald's right across the street from the brothers' original store. He drove them out of business. The brothers lost everything: their name, their store, and their legacy. Ray Kroc died a billionaire. The McDonald brothers are often forgotten. Some people call Ray a genius. Some call him a villain. But one thing is true: without Ray Kroc, McDonald's would just be one small burger shop in California. He had the persistence to take a small idea and make it global. As Ray Kroc famously said, persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. This means if you don't give up, you are all-powerful. Thank you for listening to the story of the Golden Arches. Next time you eat a Big Mac, think about the 52-year-old salesman and the two brothers who started it all. See you in the next episode.